Hello everyone. I wanted to discuss BIP-177 today. BIP-177 is the Bitcoin Improvement Proposal 177, which basically talks about making it fully Bitcoin for the 8 decimals rather than having the words sats involved. Let's get straight into it. My name is Jutan Alam, and if you didn't know, hopefully you do now. Please do consider subscribing to my channel. I talk about Bitcoin. I talk about quite a lot of other things actually. Do check out my channel. I do unboxing of crypto hardware assets and mainly self-custody. Anywho, let's get into the topic. BIP-177. I just want to do a quick breakdown for you. So BIP-177, so BTC Bitcoin, BTC equals Bitcoin, sats equals Satoshis. 1 Bitcoin equals 100 million sats or Satoshis. 1 Bitcoin equals 100, oh sorry, the 8 decimals here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that's it. So these parts here, well, all of it would be Satoshis, 100 million. Then 0.5 Bitcoin, just to give you an example, is 50 million sats. There's 0.5. 0.001 0.0001 Bitcoin equals 10,000 sats. That's how you would look at it. Now, if you see some applications show you as basically sats, like Strike. You can click on, oh, can I put it as a Bitcoin or just sats? Sats is the terminology that's used. It's like 100 pence or 100 cents equals $1. Okay, it's similar to that. Now, to help understand, just so you're aware, this is all on GitHub. Everything will be in the description below. I'll put all the links and stuff so you can review yourself. There's so many Bitcoin proposals which you can look into if you're interested in that. But basically, if we go onto GitHub now, I just wanted to show you one thing before we actually delve into, which is pretty interesting. So there's something called BIP-39, right? BIP-39 is basically what was the standard to basically make the mnemonic code for your seed phrase. So this is here as well. Something to check out. Do check it out. I'm not going to go too much into that. Obviously, check out my BIP-39 videos if you're interested in that. Let's go on to this BIP-177. So BIP-177, obviously credit to John Carvalho. Sorry, I'm not even wearing my glasses. I should be probably. Anyways, but yeah, this is a proposal that's been put in. This was a couple of months ago, around 3 months ago. 4 months ago, something like that, basically in 2025, yeah, as you can see here. Let's go through it. So the BIP proposal is redefining the commonly recognized Bitcoin unit so that the base unit becomes the primary reference unit. Under this proposal, 1 Bitcoin is defined as the indivisible base unit, eliminating the convention of synthetic decimal places. By making the base unit the standard measure, the BIP aims to simplify user comprehension, reduce confusion, and align on-chain values directly with their displayed representation. Now, I don't agree with this, okay? The reason I'm even making this video is because I don't actually agree with BIP-177 for now. I'll say why. So, as you saw, the proposal there is to basically make it all Bitcoin. So, there's 100 million Bitcoin rather than 100 million Satoshis or sats. I don't agree with this. Why? I get the fact that people are like, oh yeah, they want to own 1 Bitcoin, this and that, but they need to, there's a lack of education. They need to understand that you can own 100 sats, yeah? And it's not even about this generation, by the way. There's so many more generations to come because Bitcoin won't be fully mined until 2140. Then it's not going to be about, oh, I own 1 Bitcoin. The whole coiners are going to be the billionaires. Does that make sense? So it's like, are you going to compare yourself as somebody that's a multimillionaire? Or no, forget that. You've just got a property. You've just got a house. Yeah, a liability. Are you going to compare yourself to a billionaire? If you want to get there, fine. Make your goal and stuff. But what I'm trying to say is, at that level, you can't be like, oh yeah, let me see my wealth compared to a billionaire, because it doesn't matter. So my point here is, even changing it to Satoshi and Bitcoin, that doesn't make no sense, in my opinion. 1 Bitcoin is 1 Bitcoin and the sats. In the future, maybe they can change it. I don't know for what reason. This is why I don't believe that this is the right thing to do, and this is why I'm making this video. Hopefully you understand what I'm saying here. It is getting a bit confusing, and if it is, do comment down below so I can try to clarify a few things. This isn't a complicated subject. It's just it's just me saying why I don't think one Bitcoin should be 100 million Bitcoin. It should continue to stay as Sats. There's another reason, right? Before I go on to the rest of this, if we look at Satoshi in 2010, yeah, on February 6, 2010, he actually talked about Bitcoin and the divisible part of it. So he said eventually at most only 21 million coins for 6.8 billion people, so that's how much there was back then in the world, if in reality gets huge. But don't worry, there are another 6 decimal places that aren't shown for a total of 8 decimal places internally. It shows 1.00, but internally is 1.00 with 8 zeros, right? If there are massive deflation in the future, the software could show more decimal places, and that's what it does now. If it gets tiresome working with small numbers, we could change where the decimal place, where the display shows the decimal point, same amount of money, just different convention where the comma and the dots go. E.g., moving the decimal places 3 pieces would mean if you had 1.000 before, now it shows basically 1,000.00. Sorry for my little fumble there. It's just I was thinking about something else without, and I was like auto reading, lol. But anyway, basically, even Satoshi saying the fact that there's another 8 decimal places, he doesn't think that that'll be needed. Okay, he doesn't believe if it gets to a certain circumstance where you're going to start using Sats, you can use it like that. It's not even about changing the wording. Okay. Anyways, that's just my interpretation of that. Obviously, comment down below if you think I'm wrong. So specifications, right? We define the unit internally. The base unit remains unchanged. Historically, 1 Bitcoin, 100 million base units. Under the proposal, 1 Bitcoin equals to 1 base unit. So that'll basically be 100 million Bitcoins under the new definition. Tell me how you would feel about that. Oh, yeah, I'm going to send you 5,000 Bitcoin. Yeah, generations down the line, they won't understand. They won't know that it was Sats or whatever. Yeah, because they're not going to be interested into researching that. But yeah, I'm sending you 5,000 Bitcoin. I don't know. It doesn't sound clear in my head that I'm gonna send you 5,000 Bitcoin. Maybe now, yeah, maybe I can't see the future. That's why, but that doesn't sound nice. Sats, yeah, I'm sending you 5,000 Sats. Okay, that's interesting. What if I sent you 100 million Sats? Oh yeah, that's a Bitcoin. It's like, oh, if I have 999, the next thing I go to is 1,000. Oh, I have 999,000. The next thing I go to is 1 million. If I go to 999 million, the next thing I go to is 1 billion. Does that make sense? So if you get rid of the whole of the Bitcoin wording, it's just everything is in. Sorry, if you get rid of the Satoshi's wording, everything's in Bitcoin. I don't like that. It doesn't ring nice with me. Terminology, Satoshis or Sats are depreciated. So references, interface, everything basically going to be called Bitcoin. This is what the proposal is. They just want everything to be called Bitcoin. It'll even display as BTC, like Bitcoin, rather than Sats. Right now, some applications show it like, but it doesn't, like Strike. This is what I'm saying. Strike shows it as Sats. Yeah, this is very nice. It doesn't need to be just showing in Bitcoin. I don't like that. All display. This basic video is just what I don't like. See how it is, lol. Conversion. The reason I'm not going through all of it is because you can read through it all. I don't want to create some huge long video and some rant basically. But let's look at the rationale. Yeah, usability. Integer only displays simplify mental arithmetic and reduce potential confusion and user error. Who gets confused? When I go to the local shop and I see something for 50 pence, do I get confused? No. Why? Who gets confused? I'm confused. Yeah, this is making me confused. Yeah, because it's just like, who are they talking about? Who is it that gets confused? I'm starting to sound like an owl, right? Who? But there is no confusion. There becomes a confusion in the sense of when it's showing 0.001 Okay, how many sats is that? But that's not how a GUI, a graphic user interface, needs to display it. That's just a little bit of code that you can just type in to say, yeah, show it as Satoshis. Okay, I understand what sats is. 100 million sats makes one Bitcoin. Anyway, this is why I'm saying that I don't believe that this is right. Anyways, protocol alignment. The protocol inherently count discrete units. Removing the artificial decimal format aligns user perception with Bitcoin's actual integer design. Okay. Education clarity. Presenting integer ensures newcomers do not mistakenly assume that Bitcoin's nature is decimal based. It conveys Bitcoin's true design from start. Is Bitcoin... Okay, sorry, I need to discuss this. Is the whole concept of us having Bitcoin in this world not to teach people about money? Yeah, think about that. Isn't the whole purpose of the fact that Bitcoin's here obviously is to fight inflation, is to obviously give money back to the people, this and that. There's so many stuff that you can say, but I think one of the main purposes is for education. It's unlocking people's mind. This is what the whole orange pill movement's about. The Matrix, take the blue, red, or orange pill now. Okay? Now, this is meant to make people think and teach them about money. The people that don't care about Bitcoin, that don't want to look into it, that just are going to adopt it once the governments enforce it upon them, they're going to stay poor. Cool, you stay poor. Yeah, have fun staying poor. That's where this comes from. You're denying Bitcoin. You don't even want to look at it. So this comes to an individual perspective now. Are you willing to learn? Are you a person that's eager to learn about life, about more things in life? If you came across Bitcoin, you may look into it. It's similar to like religion and stuff. Would you actually go and look into it? If somebody told you about the truth, would you look into it? If you don't, that's your ignorance and that's your arrogance. You don't care. You don't want to. You don't want to give any time to that. Yeah? So I believe in something about guidance and stuff like this coming in. But in this scenario, Bitcoin. If I told you about Bitcoin, like on the road, I speak about Bitcoin to everybody. Yeah, I try orange pill everybody I see. Some people don't want to comprehend it or understand it. Why? In that time of their life, they're probably struggling financially and stuff. So they're not thinking about, putting money in, but they don't understand that this is the safest way to store your money. In the sense of, this is what will keep your money at a specific level that fights inflation. Why? Because Bitcoin's price goes up, because they keep printing money, right? So my point here is, it's about educating people. And this comes on to the fact of educate people that one Bitcoin is 100 million sats. Why would you not? Because they need to look into that. I'm not going to be just some sort of pleb that's just going to be using Bitcoin on my phone. Oh yeah, I'm going to create a wallet, this and that. Bitcoin is for the future generations, people which are tech savvy. Yeah, you can't just... Now they're making it with the card and stuff that you can pay with it. But my point is, people that have self-custody, and then they're even doing that, by the way, with like the MetaMask card and stuff, is self-custody. Probably the Tangent Pay as well is going to have that. But the fact is, education is so key here, so you know how Bitcoin is, how it was created, all of this, because then you can understand and give power to it and actually become basically a maxi lol. Anyways, future-proofing, adopting the base unit as a primary measure, ensure a consistent standard that can scale smoothly as Bitcoin adoption grows. Okay, I don't agree with that. And why? Because of everything I've just been saying now. Perceptualist applies while the total count of base units is roughly 2.1 quadrillion, yeah, this proposal does not alter the supply in any way. Fine. So this is talking about Satoshis. If you want to look at everything in sats, right, there's 2.1 quadrillion Satoshis, but there's 21 million full Bitcoins. But it's not about change or making the perception look like, there's more Bitcoin or less. It's not about that. The point is, there's Bitcoin and there's sats. You could even, if there was a proposal to make 1,000 or 10,000 sats another word, that'd be interesting. Because Bitcoin is the ultimate form. Yeah, let's say, I don't even know what's above trillion. Let's say trillion is the Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin wording. 1 million Satoshis is Satoshis. So whenever you say a Satoshi, I've got one Satoshi. That means I've got, sorry, let's make it 10 million. So 10 million Satoshis means, if I ever say I've got a Satoshi, that means I've got 10 million. sats. And then you can put it at, no, let's say J bin Zala lol, yeah? 1 million divisible, right? 1 million sats is 1 J bin Zala. Yeah? And like keep going down, like the way the current mathematical system is of money. Yeah? 1, 10, 100, yeah? 100, 1,000, 10,000, million. Does that make sense? Stuff like this. That's what I think anyways. I think that'd be interesting rather than having this proposal here. Anyways, this is a bit of a long thing here. I just wanted to give you a basic understanding of what this actually is, tell you what their rationale is, not actually going into the technicalities of how they want to implement it. It shows some test vectors here, how it would display 100 million. It would be obviously 100 million Bitcoin. I don't agree with any of this. Do comment down below what you think this is. If you think that this BIP-177 is something interesting, if you think it should be like that, why you think. One of the main reasons that I posted about this is because Jack Dorsey, the guy one of the founders of Twitter, yeah, when he was Twitter, he said that he wants BIP-177. He likes it, I believe. Yeah, I don't agree with it. That's my opinion. We're all allowed our own opinions. But yeah, do comment down what you believe. Do subscribe to my channel if you're new here. I make content like this. I make content regarding unboxings, a lot of Bitcoin stuff. Also, sorry, my voice went. I had to cut. Also, I basically do consulting regarding crypto assets and basically help you with self-custody. Do check my website out if you're interested in that, if you're new and you want some help. All my YouTube videos are free. Check out my channel. I'm on Rumble, on YouTube. I'm pretty much on every social media. Do check those out. And lastly, let's not forget, together, let's break free from the shackles of modern slavery. I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.